Welcome to Analysis of Algorithms. This is the introductory lecture for our sequence of online lectures on analysis of algorithms. Originally, this was known as Analytic Combinatorics Part 1, but to match the textbooks, we've split it off to introduce the analysis of algorithms before getting into analytic combinatorics. So the overview of analysis of algorithms is we want to talk about methods and models for studying algorithms. It's the basics for a scientific approach, but we use mathematical methods from classical analysis to study combinatorial structures and associated algorithms. Analytic combinatorics, the more advanced topic, is the mathematical study of properties of large combinatorial structures. It's a foundation for the analysis of algorithms, but it's also widely applicable to other scientific disciplines. We use the symbolic method to encapsulate a precise description of combinatorial structures, and we use complex analysis to extract useful information. So the follow-on course used to be called Analytic Combinatorics Part 2. Now, to match the book, we call it Analytic Combinatorics. So let's go into analysis of algorithms. But first, every prospective learner is wondering, is this course for me? And the answer is sure if you want to answer yes to these types of questions. Do you like to program? Do you like math? You need to like to program, and you need to like math to enjoy these courses. Have you studied algorithms? And by italic algorithms, I mean our textbook algorithms. Would you like to, have you heard of Knuth's book? Would you like to be able to read them? These are a classic masterwork dating back to the 60s that runs now to 4 full volumes, and there's many more to come. And would you like to be able to read Flageolet's papers? You might not know as much about them. That's one of the points of this introductory lecture, to introduce you to Flageolet's work. So the question is, why would we study the analysis of algorithms in analytic combinatorics? And the answer is that it's for many of the same reasons that we study algorithms themselves. And so next I'm going to run through those reasons. The first reason to study analysis of algorithms in analytic combinatorics is that their impact is broad and far-reaching. On the internet, these topics are important in understanding the performance of packet routing, file sharing, web search, and other things. In biology, the Human Genome Project, protein folding, and many other applications in bioinformatics, analytic combinatorics and analysis of algorithms play a critical role. The computational infrastructure that we benefit from so thoroughly wouldn't have been possible without analysis of algorithms in analytic combinatorics. Performance of all types of aspects of our computational artifacts. Nowadays, movies, video games, virtual reality, all of these depend on understanding and improving performance based on the analysis of algorithms, as do the security of our cell phones and e-commerce and voting. Social networks and news feeds and advertisements, so many important computational artifacts depend on algorithms performing well and our understanding well how they perform. And even in science, things like n-body simulation and particle collision, and modern applications like deep learning and autonomous vehicles. All of these things require a basic understanding of algorithm performance and of large combinatorial structures. Another reason to study analysis of algorithms and analytic combinatorics is that they have very old roots, but still there's new opportunities. Analysis of algorithms dates back at least to Euclid, which is a long way back. And Turing and von Neumann, who originated computer science in the 40s, practiced very much the same types of techniques that we're talking about. But mostly it was Knuth, starting in the 1960s, when he wrote that series of books, who was the father of analysis of algorithms, who originated the field and has pioneered it and gotten many people involved. There's been a very steady evolution since Knuth got started and analytic combinatorics is part of it. But actually the roots of analytic combinatorics go back pretty far to Euler and even earlier. That field was mostly developed by Flageolet and people who collaborated with Flageolet starting in the 1980s. But the thing is, despite all these old roots and all this work, there's many algorithms that we still don't understand, and there's many theorems that we still need to discover and prove. There's all kinds of new opportunities still in these fields. Old roots and new opportunities. You like to have to work in an area that's been richly mined by smart people, as this quote by Isaac Newton makes clear. If I have seen further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants. With the analysis of algorithms and analytic combinatorics, we get to do that. There's another reason, maybe the main reason to study these fields, is that they allow us to solve problems that couldn't otherwise be addressed. And we're going to see an example in this introductory lecture, a problem called cardinality estimation. And it's a simple problem. This is a weblog, and it could be huge, could be millions or even billions of entries. And the question that we want to know is how many of these entries are different? Without careful study of algorithms and performance, we couldn't address this type of problem in a practical situation. As with many fields, despite all these important applications, the real reason to study analysis of algorithms and analytic combinatorics is purely for intellectual stimulation. It's a famous quote by Alfred North Whitehead about mathematics. The point of mathematics is that in it, we have always got rid of the particular instance. No mathematical truths apply merely to fish, or merely to stones, or merely to colors. So long as you are dealing with pure mathematics, you are in the realm of complete and absolute abstraction. Mathematics is thought, moving in the sphere of complete abstraction from any particular instance of what it is talking about. Or, G.H. put it more succinctly, here's to pure mathematics. May it never be of any use to anybody. Well, analysis of algorithms and analytic combinatorics may be the key to unlocking secrets of life in the universe. We use it to study DNA and RNA and life processes. We use it to study the motion of cosmic bodies and the history of the universe. Here's a similar quote from Einstein. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. One seeks the most general ideas of operation, which will bring together simple, logical, and unified form the largest possible circle of formal relationships. In this effort towards logical beauty, spiritual formulas are discovered, necessary for the deeper penetration into the laws of nature. And we'll see some examples throughout this course of how analysis of algorithms and analytic combinatorics help us understand some properties of natural phenomena. A lot of people study these fields simply because there are so many opportunities to impact our computational infrastructure in so many fun ways. And every one of these companies is recruiting as many employees as they possibly can who have a basic understanding of how to understand how the performance characteristics of algorithms and how to apply them in ways that make their applications go better. So their impact is broad and far-reaching. Old roots, new opportunities, solve problems that could not otherwise be addressed, intellectual stimulation, might unlock the secrets of life and of the universe. There's a lot of fun and profit in it. And a typical learner might say, well, why should I study anything else? So that's our sales pitch on these courses. So in this lecture, I want to go into detail with a case in point that illustrates actually almost all of these features of these fields of study. So the context is to prepare for the study of analysis of algorithms, our online lectures on analysis of algorithms. But we want to do it in the context of this important application. We're going to assume that you have familiarity with undergraduate programming, computer science, and algorithms. For reference, you can use our online materials in these areas. We have textbooks joint with Kevin Wayne on computer science and Java programming and on algorithms. There's online lectures on these topics available in MOOCs. We have online content that we call book sites that provide lots of background. So during the course, if you need to look up something, these resources are definitely available. Or you can make use of whatever other resources you might have used to learn these topics. Okay, with this background assumed, now we're going to move into a case study that helps to motivate and prepare for the study of the analysis of algorithms.